Hey, welcome back anybody who's in here watching. I'm Steve with Swamp Bottom Baits, and this is Father's Day morning. So happy Father's Day to anybody that's watching. Thank you to my wonderful family. Got me some shrimp, 3.8 shrimp molds from Angling AI, and we're going to try and mix up some colors here, try and get kind of a natural looking shrimp. I've got a third a cup each of Dead On Plastics. It's a cross between the swim bait and the crab blend. I'm trying to look for kind of a natural color. One, the molds are small, so it doesn't take much. But number two, this is what I do when I'm trying new colors. So I'm not wasting a lot of plastic. What I'm going to start off with here is some Watermelon Brown by MF, and we're going to start out with just a couple drops. I'm looking for something that's kind of maybe a natural type color. So there's 2 drops, and anybody who knows shrimp knows that they are kind of a translucent. Now that kind of looks what I'm looking for right there, but being in a thinner bait like this, it's going to be more translucent. So we're just going to add 1 drop at a time until it darkens up a little bit. And like I said, once it gets in the mold, because it is thinner, it will be more translucent. So you can see that that's very light. So like I said, we're just going to go 1 drop at a time until we kind of get what we're looking for. You see, I got some hanging where it ran down the bottom. So right now we're at 5 for a third of a cup. You can see that's a little bit darker. So that is more what I'm looking for right there. I'm going to add in some 015 black. And this is 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm going to go with about half of it, so we'll end up with about a 1/16. Like I said, it's only a third of a cup. Plastic's starting to thicken up a little bit here. And you see that there. That's what I'm looking for right there. So we're going to have to heat this back up to thin it out some. So that's what we're looking for that. So I'm going to write that down. So MF Water Brown, 015 black, and I'm going to increase this, my recipe, for a cup, so we put 5 in there, so it would be 15 for a whole cup, and it'd be 3/16 of the black. That's going to be our top color. So I'm going to put that in the microwave, get it heating back up, and get our top back on here. And at the bottom, and I probably need to heat that back up before I put the bottom is going to be a white pearl base. So we'll warm that up a little bit. The bottom is going to be a white pearl base, which is right here. And then we're going to add in a couple drops of olive to kind of darken it up a little bit so it's not so bright. So there we go, that's thin back out. So we're going to go with a 1/16 to start with. On our white pearl. And your powder colors take a bit more stirring to get it combined in. Make sure you scrape down your sides. And that's kind of already, I think, opaque enough. Like I said, shrimp are more translucent colors. So we're going to put in 1 drop of the olive. And you see how that just darkened it up right there. So I think that's going to be good. So that's white pearl. So it ended up being 3/16. We go with a full cup. And olive will be 3 drops for a full cup. So that is going to be our mixture right there. Our recipe. And I'm going to go ahead and get these heated back up. Move this stuff over to where I do my open pouring at, and we'll be back with you in just a few. Alright, we're back ready to pour. I've got my hot plate set on warm. Molds like this doesn't take much for it to transfer heat up. So what we're going to do, pour this in. We're going to come up in here to the tail just a little bit, just to the edge of the tail. And we're going to go roughly about halfway up the cavity as far as the height goes. My molds are warm, so I've got my plastic a little bit cooler. And you see it's still very translucent. The white pearl, when we put that on there, is going to help brighten up the watermelon brown side. And with having the warm molds, it's going to help everything flow together. And what I do, so that's that. Let me get the white pearl touched up with some heat. And what I do is now I'm going to turn my mold up, or my hot plate up I should say, to about 260. Let it warm up a little bit more. It'll help it bond together. So there is our white pearl with a touch of olive in it. And blow on the mold. If the plastic doesn't move, then that means it's set up enough to pour your second color. Come up here, fill in the tail. and these are heating up as we go. Try and get to the point where the molds are right about full temp once we get done pouring. And I will take a drop of water and drop it on the mold. It should boil as soon as it hits the mold. That means our molds are to temp. Like I said, the thinner molds like this don't take as much to heat up. Alright, there's all 4 cavities full. You can see this one here kind of oozing out a little bit. That means the molds are probably to temp, and I just got a squeeze bottle here with some water in it. Boom. It boils off as soon as it hits. Turn our hot plate off, and now we have to let them cool down. And we'll be back when we unmold them. Alright, we're back. It's been roughly about a half hour, 45 minutes or so. It didn't take quite that long, but so let's see how these came out. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the looks of that. Looks kind of natural. Let's go ahead and line them up on the mold here. Alright, well, and shrimp have a black eye. So what we got here is some black dotting paint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Q-tip, dip in there, and then just dot the top of the eye. Do some dotting paint. Getting a little bit of a glare here. Trying to do this around the camera. So to me, that black on the eye just finishes it out. It's just like adding eyes to a swim bait. So there we go. Thank anybody that's watching for watching. I'd appreciate any likes, subscribes, share it. It'd be much appreciated. And y'all have a happy Father's Day. Thanks again.